Kia ora, lovely Aquarians. This is your reading for the full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse, which it is the 29th today. It happened last night here in Aotearoa. I've come in the day after, as I came in the day before. There was a reason for doing it like this, and it just, I won't go into that, but I won't go into that. But so we're here now, and this is your reading at this time. There's been a lot that's gone on between that last new moon and this full moon. Like, it feels like a hell of a lot has been going on around the world in our own lives, that's sort of reflecting back and backwards and forwards, micro, macro, all of that. So thanks for joining me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We've got a rock mineral crystal card face down for you. Pull it out at the end, and it's something maybe you can carry with you during the week in your mind's eye, physically, whatever, if you have whatever that is. I don't know either. So let's get into it. Love your comments and subscribes and likes. It really helps to keep this going. Take what resonates for you, and just leave what doesn't, and check out any other titles that stand out. Aquarius, here we go. We're coming out here with quite an experimental energy in terms of the Prince of Wands. Now, this Prince in the Thoth deck is quite a sexual, I mean, it's quite adolescent. It's sort of learning the ins and outs of that fiery element, which is it not? It's part of life force, you know, those vital energies, and also understanding the machinations of power here. Experimental, youthful, and not afraid to take risks. You may recognize aspects of this at this time in yourself, or in someone in your life, someone close around you. We then have, and if I'm repeating myself, we do go through and clarify. Next up, we've got the art card, which is the card of Temperance. Beautiful alchemical process is occurring. If there is any frustration in terms of some kind of fixed timeline, well, let's just say you can't really do much about that. This is divine timing. This is divine timing. Various things have been thrown in that pot quite a while ago, and it's still in motion, though I do think that it's just what I'm thinking here is because there's a timing thing, there's a sort of time pressure that possibly some of you feel. Try not to get swept up in that. There's something coming into you. I say this because the Hierophants come up here, but I'm also sort of hearing it, that there's something coming into you which, if you could look at it like, in a nutshell, some level of assistance, some level of higher guidance, whether that's from you, whether it's from something external, however you want to look at that. Be quite happy within this, with where you're at right now. Don't put undue pressure upon yourself, because something is coming in to you. Whether you've asked for it, I do think you have, whatever that is. Whatever that is. It is a mentor we see here in the Hierophant and the key, and the hand gesture of understanding. We see many things in this Hierophant in the Thoth deck. There's an Egyptian element to it. So we see the sun, Hippocrates, isn't it, here with the Hierophant. So we're getting some assistance that potentially, Aquarius, you have asked for. And yeah, that's my point. So don't get hung up on time. We then have the pressure of time, of that Saturnian time. Then we've got the Four of Wands, a wonderful card. Look, we're talking about, as it says here, completion. We undertake many things over, over and over again throughout a lifetime, and we complete things. The central generating flame keeps this wheel moving. And it is a place, because it's a 4, it's such a stable place. It's a homecoming, it's your home, is what it is. The Four of Wands, it's a home place, if that makes sense. Well, it's your place. You have a place. Let's just leave it at that. There's heavy emphasis here on not getting hung up on time, on not getting stressed out by it, by something that seems to be dragging on, or something that, a thought process that has been cycling around in your head. Yeah, something about toning that down for yourself. Let us clarify, Aquarius, if this makes any sense. Let's look at the Prince. Prince of Wands, the experimental youth. Pushing the boundaries, as the element, the wand, always does. Activating, as it always does. We have the High Priestess. You might be finding, Aquarius, that your intuitive capabilities seem to be quite intense, quite accurate, and are building up, maybe towards this next new moon, with a level of intensity that maybe is quite new for some of you. The High Priestess. There's a lot of information. The High Priestess and the Hierophant is a powerful combination. Let us look at divine timing for Aquarius here. This is judgment. This is judgment. Now, we look at judgment is really just all about balance, don't you think? It's about that sort of natural law of balance. Look, there have been experiences maybe in the last 6 months that have shifted, altered the way that you see yourself in your world. I mean by that, what you can be open to and what you feel that you don't need to be, it seems, here. Hierophant for Aquarius, please, the mentor. This will alleviate something if you've had any stresses, and it is just in my head, time, the pressure of time, all of the pressures that time, that Saturnian time, you seem to be carrying, or you have been carrying on your shoulders. We've got the Sun here to clarify the Hierophant. Light, 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 vitality, enjoyment. And in the Southern Hemisphere, we are heading into summer, so there is more light, there is more sun, there's more growth. It's a great time that we all enjoy wherever we are when it's happening, don't we? And it gives us a spark. Now because there is that thing like timing and activations, Aquarius. Let's look at the Four of Wands for Aquarius. The Four of Wands, happy home. It's a very balanced card. What is this Four of Wands for Aquarius, please? It's suddenly stalled a little bit there. Beautiful Four of Wands. We have the Star. This is your card, Aquarius. I mean, this is an Aquarian card. We're talking about healing. We're seeing the Pleiades up there in the sky. We're talking about the mixing of the waters, which is and has been really, we're waiting for the outcome of that in the Temperance card with judgment, natural law, natural balance. What is a key to well-being is simply to balance, congruency, all of those words that just speak of balance within oneself, one's speech, one's action. So the Star, we see healing. We get a very wonderful understanding of our connection to the higher divine forces, to the cosmos in this card. Also, we have nothing to hide, Aquarius here. We have nothing to hide, and for some it may well be quite literal, that in our home, in our space, in our place, we have nothing to hide. But sometimes in the external world we are shielded, very much so. And whether it's anything to hide, whether it's this need to not expose everything, because we all feel like that sometimes. Anyway, going on there a bit about the old Star, but it is your card, and it is about healing, essentially. With that, we've got the Queen of Cups, so we understand the flow of this beautiful Queen, because in some ways there's an emotional objectivity in this Queen of Cups, which allows her to be, excuse me, this filtration system. The cup is never running dry. This level of emotional independence, and yet it is not to say it is closed off. It is given freely, but we aren't losing a pound of flesh here, just to put it like that. So with this reading, we've got the High Priestess, a watery priestess, because we're dealing with the intuitives, the picking up on vibes, all of that sort of thing here. And then we have that beautiful Queen of Cups, the mother of the heart. So let's get a Brian Froud Pixie and Fairy card for you, Aquarius. Just as a wee glimmer for Aquarius at this time. Yes, indeed. Tabira of the waters, speaking of water a lot through here, there's a lot of bubbling in a cauldron. There's a lot of sun on the water, which creates new things, new life. Queen of Cups, the Star, High Priestess, Judgment. There's some quite big cards here. Tabira of the waters is speaking of healing. Speaking of the container, like how big is, water will fill any space that it is contained in. What is the size, the shape, the reliability of our container for this emotional kind of element? And where do we allow it to flow and where do we not? Because sometimes we have limited, channels And sometimes they expand and sometimes they contract. And that's what this card is all about. Ultimately, it's about the healing power of surrender and water. So the Aquarius, get out there, get into the sea. And then we have the Oakmen as well. So this combination of a heavy watery element with a really heavy, in the best possible way, well-rooted Oakmen. There's a lot of communicado under the surface. And whether that's between you and whatever you see your higher guidance, power to be, connection to be, there's a lot of communication going on here that is not necessarily seen by anyone else, and that's as it should be at this time. And what I always tend to see in this card are the beautiful eyes of the Oakmen. And so now Aquarius. So we're talking about root systems, communication through our, through our lineage as well, if you want to look at it like that, through our lineage. So, and healing. There's healing going on. Now, rock mineral crystal, if you have some at home, take it with you this week. Red jasper, nurture, determination, relaxing, and tranquility. And some of you may feel like you need to foster those things over the coming week. On that note, Aquarius, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all your likes and comments, all of that. Take good care, and we'll see you next time for the new moon. Ka kite, bye.